What is good, Kane Nation? What's good, Kane's family? Isn't this a great day to be a Miami Hurricane? Yes, huge news broke, and yes, finally, we're doing a solo live show. We have 60 people already watching. Guys, thank you guys so much for joining. There's going to be a live call-in show. We're going to have a bunch of fun tonight. So much to cover. Season is around the corner, guys. 12 days. 12 days till we kick the Florida Gators booty. Jarren Williams has been announced the starter as Miami's quarterback. So, we have a lot to cover. So, the number that you see right up here, I'll throw it in the chat below. Phone lines are going to be open whole time of the show. I'm going to be trying to take as many calls as we can right now. And I just want to hear y'all guys' thoughts. But before y'all call in, I'll just keep talking, So, that's what we'll do. I see a whole bunch of people. Kyle, what's good? Fresh, John Shields, Jamie, man, are just all over the place. Man, what do y'all think of this, man? Jarren, Joseph Holmes, the $1 donation. Appreciate that so much, man. Yeah, the donation button works. If you hit the like button, that really helps me out. But guys, call in, but I'll be telling you guys what I think about this Jarren Williams pickup here. Y'all, this is my moment. I didn't know it was going to happen. I was nervous to tell you. I told you so. I told you so. It happened. It happened. I'm honestly shocked, pleasantly surprised. But Jarren Williams is Miami's #1 QB. He is the starter named for Miami. Beat out Tate and Perry, which honestly beat all odds. I mean, a couple of months ago, this guy was going to transfer out, yet now he's got the reins as starter for Miami. Look, whatever you want to feel about this, however you do, whether he was your guy or not, he won this job. To beat out a 5-star quarterback transfer and a guy that has half a season of experience under his belt and been in the program longer than you, I mean, you had to earn it. You had to want it. And as Dia said, 2 people want the job, 1 person needed the job. And Jarren just played like he needed the job. And he won, guys. He won. The other thing that I think is of note, is interesting, is no media. There was no media today at all, which is good. I think that's very smart for the team. So they can just, gather themselves around, realize that this is their leader, corral around him, and then obviously Perry and Tate, how they would respond to reports. That's a good thing. And as soon as I saw that, I had a hint. I was like, he's got to be breaking the news, I guess. And I'm surprised. We all thought that he would hold on to this news to himself, But, man, I'm with you. I'm with you, Gomer. I want some Gator bites, man. We're going to be giving them. Jay, the U fam, what's good, man? What's up? Jarren Williams, yes, sir. He couldn't play under center. Yeah, he was a little short. But, hey, don't beat this. This show right now is going to be all positive vibes. We're not going to be talking about how the other players, no matter who is starting in the role, that guys that are on the bench are trash. Because they're not. They are wearing the U on their side of their helmet. They are up next. If anyone gets injured, they're trying their best effort. They're a part of the family. So we're not going to be talking about disrespect about other quarterbacks. We're going to be talking about respect for the guys that have won it. And just where this program is at, KG Osborne and Jarren been working together after practice. Yeah, big time chemistry. That's true. That's true. But Tate was as well. Many of them were. But yeah, I'm with you, Case fan. If you're negative, get out. Get out. But guys, she said a guy failed 2 drug tests and now he start. Okay. I'm going to mention this once. I saw this thing. That tweet I heard was also fake. That's a rumor. That's not confirmed. You could easily Photoshop that stuff. So I'm just going to put that aside. Let's not start this, guys. Come on. We got a guy, number 15, our starter quarterback. Diaz gave us fans a little bit of dessert early, okay, 12 days early, and told us who the starting quarterback is. So this is very interesting to me. That's a bold statement to do. And I don't know if you guys saw Dan Mullen's reaction, but he was kind of like, whatever, who's this guy? We don't have any film to watch on him. Exactly. He proved himself through those scrimmages that this is what he has to do. That play starter. He threw very little picks. He knew the defense well. He was running the offense efficiently. He had touchdown drives. He was a leader. And through fall scrimmage practices, which were closed off, I mean, there's no film to break down Williams for the Florida Gators. They just know that, crap, it ain't Tate or Perry, but this is a guy that we don't have any film about. And it's great to see. It's great to see it. So, I can't, I'm shocked and I'm happy. So, but I want to hear your guys' thoughts. So that number right there, call in. I'm going to throw it down right now in the chat so y'all can just easily copy paste it there. And I want to hear your guys' thoughts. I want to hear and interact with you guys today. Today's your show. It's not, New School Canes. That's Tuesday. We will have that Tuesday for sure. And it's not Category 5 yet. We definitely will have that special show again from the huge positive response. But today is you guys and Miami Hurricanes time. Me, y'all, and Anton, call in that number. I want to hear your guys' thoughts. Everyone will be able to hear you. And let's just talk Canes, y'all. We're going to be on for as long as we got to be. I got all day for Canes, man. I'm on cloud 9. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm on cloud 9. So, CJ Hurricane, what's up? Lakers all day, man. What's up? We know Hall is starting. Yeah, he is. Hall has been making moves, man. You talking about Frank's? Oh, he's referring to a Gator fan here. You should worry. Canes win 31-17. Yeah. They should be worried. Burgie, what's good, man? What's good? This is going to be a fun year with Jarren. Talent could be deadly. Yeah. He really adapts to what he wants to do with the offense. Yeah. And they're going to build the offense around him. So when Dan Eno sat down with Van Diaz, he said, look, take and run. Perry's kind of all around, but Jarren can throw the ball. And we have playmakers. We're going to build this offense around Jarren now. We're going to build this offense around Jarren. All right, we got our first caller in. All right. Who do we have on the phone line here?
This is Kyle.
Kyle, what's good, man? How you doing today, brother?
Well, I just woke up from my afternoon nap, and now I'm trying to rush to cook.
Oh man, so you're doing kind of good, but kind of hungry.
Yeah.
I feel. What you think, man? What are your thoughts on the Jarren news? Did you expect it?
Tell you the truth, I was never against the guy, but I really expected it to be Perry.
Yeah. That was, I think that was most of the consensus. They had to bet it was Perry. I mean, it makes sense. He's got the experience. He's the more sure bet. But I'll tell you, man, Jarren, if he beat him out through those scrimmages, he's got to have shown Dan Enos and Manny something,
Yeah.
So
and I believe he did. Otherwise, he wouldn't have got chosen.
Yeah. How do you feel about the news being released early on and not game day?
It is what it is, I guess.
Yeah.
Not that it really don't help the Gators. It's kind of like you just said. They still don't have any real film on them or anything like that.
Right.
The only thing they can go by is his high school film and how Enos likes his quarterbacks.
Right, yeah. And they're going to build this offense around Jarren, so it's going to be very interesting, the fact that they chose the guy with the passing ability. I mean, it's kind of his statement that Diaz said was, this is what he has, and that's where he went with it. So I really think it makes the offense most lethal. I think Diaz saw his defense getting, huge, more difficulties with Jarren at the helm than the others, and I think that's also what kind of gave him the lean for it, the starting nod,
Right.
But...
Right. I'm also thinking what really gave Jarren. See, no one really ever thought of this, but I was thinking the whole time. One of the things that probably gave Williams the lead also is he knows how to throw. I'm not saying that they can't throw 10 yards away from him, but with the cannon that Perry has, he didn't know when to take a little off.
That's true. He did overthrow.
Not only that, when a receiver's, 10 or 15 yards down the field, you don't need to throw it 110 miles an hour to them. Just zip it, give them enough zip on it. That way they can catch it cleanly, and I believe that in some cases that might help us with the way we drop balls too.
Yeah. Jarren's got the best zip. You're right. We shouldn't be dropping his balls if they're from Jarren.
Right. And Auburn had that same problem with a guy named Sean White a few years back. He had a cannon of an arm, and he kept throwing it to his receivers when they're like 5 or 10 yards away from him. And it was like he was trying to throw it 50 yards downfield within 5 yards.
Right.
So,
yeah.
But with Jarren, I believe he's got the perfect arm. He's very accurate. He'll do what he needs to do to keep the drive going on. And I want to see how quick he is.
Yeah, the speed. Yeah, it's definitely intriguing. I think that's what gave him the nod. Spraying, he didn't know when the pressure is on and what to do. But the fact that they mentioned from fall scrimmage, we have limited footage, but the fact that he ran a couple of times, and that's all he worked on clearly this spring or summertime, I think they gave him the nod. They're like, okay, yeah, he can avoid it just enough. We can work with this. Our O-line is decent enough. Had it not been that, because Perry and Tate both have better legs. They just do. But Jarren's improved some. He's still a dual threat. People forget about that. I'm excited to see him remind people of that. But the reason, other than the fact that he was a local guy, why I went with Jarren is because I look at the quarterback position and what is their job? To give the ball to people with playmaking abilities, you know? As much as you can be a playmaker, you're not always the best shot at it, you know?
Right, and I also believe that, like, during all these scrimmages, and even a little bit in the spring game, I believe whatever Dan Enos gave them to work on, he focused more on that during the spring game. So even though, you know, Jarren didn't have a spring game and, you know, he ended up getting a safety put in the back of the end zone and all that, I mean, I still believe that all the quarterbacks, besides doing what they can do best, I believe they are all, like, held back just to focus on, hey, how good did you do this?
Yeah.
How good did you do this that I wanted you to work on? So, you know, show me how you've gotten better. Show me what I know what you can do, but show me what you couldn't do, but you worked hard on.
Yeah. And I'm glad that he named it. Like, it's a bold move because think about it. You look at a roster and you're like, all right, so I got a guy with a whole bunch of experience, and he wasn't awful. He's just kind of inconsistent, and there's not all his fault. And then I got a 5-star transfer, which is like got the whole nation on its heels because it's his name and, you know, QB1 show, whatever. And neither of those guys win. Like, neither of them get first. It's a guy that, you know, has been in Miami, might have thought of transferring, but he's got this talent. Like, clearly in practice, this guy was showing something different and in the fall scrimmages. And 12 days before.
I mean, this guy was a U.S. All-American, Army All-American for nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, now, here's a fun fact. And I haven't done my history on this yet. And if anybody's, like, can tell us, I would really like to know. You know, he's from Lawrenceville, Georgia. Trevor Lawrence is from Cartersville, Georgia.
Yes, sir.
I wonder if they ended up playing against each other at some point in time in high school. And if they did, I'd really want to know who won.
Yeah, my initial guess in Georgia high school football, those two regions shouldn't, unless if it's the playoffs. It may have happened, though. That's a possibility. But they were at the same...
Because I will tell you this. They were on the same team during the U.S. Army All-American game.
Yeah.
And Jarren Williams got more burn than Trevor Lawrence did. They weren't moving the ball until Jarren Williams got in there.
Yeah. So, and I really think... just in general, for all those who love Perry or Tate and not Jarren wasn't their guy, and we're behind any quarterback that's playing for the U, but this is a situation that is a Jalen Hurts to a Tagovailoa situation that Dan Enos had to decipher. It's not a lack of talent from either guys. It's just who's the most lethal. And it can happen that Jarren gets injured. God forbid. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying these guys are the backups. They can get called, okay? They need to keep working, and their year's not going to waste with Dan Enos tweaking their abilities this whole time. They're getting NFL ready still. Now, whether they transfer or not, that's a whole another story for another day, but don't forget about them is what I'm saying. You know, you don't know where the season will go.
And you really can't count Perry out. Maybe he's the true number 2 guy, and I honestly still think that that Martell's going to get some
packages,
play calling done. Yeah, some special packages and everything. So that really, to me, should make Perry the number 2 actual backup.
Yeah. Hey, man, I'm going to take a couple other calls because my phone's going off, but I appreciate you calling in, man.
All right, man.
You have a great one.
You too.
All right. 757, whoever that one is, call in. I'm sorry. I'm trying to get everyone on the line, but I'm trying to get people to get, their full thoughts. So be ready with your thoughts when you get on the call. Shoot them at me if you got a question, a response, whatever you want to be. 757, you're next in line. As soon as I see your number, I'm going to pick it up. All right? I promise. And the rest of y'all keep calling. I'm going to have like a list I'm going to try to do. I'll keep it mentally, and we're going to keep it going. I want you guys to interact. I want you guys to call in. The number right here. All right, great. We got an 850 number. We'll pick it up. Hold on. Let's see. All right. Who do we have on the phone line here? I know you've been trying to call me.
Yo, what up, baby? This your boy Kane. This is Kim. You know, it's been a minute since I called your show. It's been a minute.
Yes, sir.
How you doing today?
How you doing, brother?
Oh man, I was sitting at my desk today, playing around on the computer, waiting for the kids to come do some work because the kids coming to school for a little event they had. And a man called me, Kim. I said, what? Jarren, the quarterback. I said, what? I kept looking at Kane Sports, Inside of You, Kane's Insight, and it was on State of You. He said, yeah. I said, man, stop playing. Man, I'm telling you. The first thing I thought about was my man the Chain Man. You know, because I know you was a Williams man, and we've been riding Williams for the longest. I got beat up so much on Kane Sports, on Inside of You.
Oh,
and let me explain this. Let me make it clear.
Yeah.
People said I was this, I was a racist, I hated Tate. It wasn't that. It was the fans on the board. Because if you remember, when he said he coming to Miami, I can tell you what they said. Williams transferred. Perry lost his job. Williams transferred. Perry, that's all you kept hearing. Tate's the automatic starter. I'm like, man, y'all need to back up with this, man. Tate good. He was good in high school. No knock on him. But you ain't just going to shun Williams and Perry. I know the off the field stuff, but kids do kids stuff. But Williams never got a fair shot. And Rick said he was good. Because I remember last year in practices, Rick said, well, I'm going to tell you this. He throw the ball, he might don't throw it to the right receiver, but he get it to somebody. And he wasn't saying the other team. He wasn't saying the other team. So I got what I wanted. And what I'll say again is, Florida game coming, you only learn when you're in the five. So you know if something go wrong, the board's going to hit me on the board. But look how bad he played, Kim. I said, man, just like anybody else, you got to start, you got to crawl before you walk. So he going to get in the Florida game. He might get beat up or whatever, but the good thing about it is they're going to ride with him and die with him. Because that's what I always say, ride or die with Williams. I've been putting it on the board. So today I ain't got back on the board. Ain't no need. I ain't talking trash.
Yes, sir.
I still told people it was, to me, after listening to the Wholesome one again yesterday, and they were saying something about the scrimmage, and he was saying, man, look, Tate is third best on the team.
Yeah.
We seen him. This ain't the offense really for him. You know, he either really spread and being shotgun like they doing in Arizona 24/7.
Yeah.
Give him that. Yeah, you know, you can't come on the center and run this pro-style type West Coast. That's not him. Perry, I told my man if it's Perry, fine. But I knew for a fact, I'm going to tell you, I said Williams won't be 3. Because every time I was picking up and listening to the podcast from the first fall scrimmage to the first fall practice to day 2 fall practice, he was consistent.
Yeah.
He might have had a couple bad throws. They all do. But he was consistent every day. It was like it won't last Tuesday, because last Tuesday they said he was dropping dimes all over the place. It was like maybe that Friday before the scrimmage or that Thursday. They said, well, he wasn't as consistent, but he was still accurate.
Yeah.
His consistency wasn't like it was. The man worked his ass off. He took the fat off his stomach. He looked chiseled. He looked big. Well, he is bigger than both of them. I mean, muscle-wise. Hey, man, I'm just happy. It's great to be a Miami Hurricane.
Yes,
and
sir.
like I said, I wish Tate and Perry the best. But for all them fans that was riding Tate, and y'all saw me put all this stuff about Williams and say I was negative about Tate, it wasn't a negativity. It was the people on the board bringing the negativity, like Williams was trash and Perry wasn't no good. So
yeah, all
I ain't talking
positivity.
trash.
All positivity here.
Yeah.
I'm with you. If you're a Kane fan, it's a team, okay? They're brothers. It's
It's a team.
difficult, but they're brothers, and they win and lose
It's
together.
difficult. Win and lose together. So now, like you said, we got 12 days left. Prepare him. Team rally behind him. But you got to read between the lines. And I'll say it again. And I remember you used to say, matter of fact, I heard your last one. You said, well, Williams, he has it. You know, he's coming around. He's doing good, but he lacks that little confidence. And I don't knock it. I listen to exactly what you said. And the only way you get confident, you got to get in there. And I tell you, with our defense, and I say it to Florida fans, and don't mean no harm, y'all offensive line is new. It's 5 new guys. I do remember them saying their offensive line got 5 new guys. Miami got 5 guys. A couple of them have been there.
Yeah.
Our D-line, their D-line, is going to be a hell of a hitting match here.
Oh, yeah.
Because we got so many DN. Frank, we worried about Williams running. Shit. Frank might be on the run forever and a day. He might want to quit.
Yeah.
Because we coming at him, baby.
Yes, sir.
We deep.
We are going
I just
roll,
want to say, Well, we don't rob, baby. I'm with you 100%, 24/7. K Nation, KK1. I ain't talking trash, fam. I'll see y'all on the other side of the road. I'm not going to make that game on Bid, North Carolina, or be at the Boone-Cookman game because I'm going to see the ticket with the Miami Dolphins with my boys, so I get to see the Patriots. And I'm not going to miss that UVA game because I can't believe they actually say they're going to win the coast. So they can go to hell with that.
I cannot wait to see Miami use that for fuel for that game. It's going to be a great season, man. I can't wait.
It's going to be a great season. I can't wait. But, hey, I'm going to let you get on the caller. I'll keep in touch. One love, Godspeed, 305, ride or die.
Yes.
I'm out.
All right, kid. Appreciate you calling in. You have a great one.
Yes, sir.
Man, if that doesn't fire you up, I don't know what can. Guys, Jarren Williams, yes, that's what we're talking about. This guy needed confidence. This guy needed to get this team under leadership, and this 2 fall scrimmages, whatever happened in this last one, he just led the charge. And I can't wait. I can't wait to hear Jarren after him being named the starter. I mean, if your head coach went with the guts to choose you, again, with the guy with experience and the big name transfer over you. And I mean, like I was saying, it's like everyone stopped talking about it. Like he broke his arm, that he was out of the race. I remember people during the summertime saying he should have transferred. Now he's the starter for Miami. I think that's also to do with emboldening his confidence. And now he's getting all the first team snaps. 12 days of practice. Not every single day, but 12 days he's got to prepare day mentality. I can't wait, y'all. I can't wait. By the way, phone line is open. I see y'all blowing up the chat. Wholesome one's in there. I appreciate you joining, man. If you want to call in, call in. Any of y'all want to call in, first come, first serve. I'm going to try to give about 5 minutes to each color. So just keep it, on the notes because we're going to keep rotating. I want everybody to get their stuff together. And, I want you to have enough time to talk about what you want to talk about. We have 54 likes and 188 people watching live. I appreciate you guys so much for joining in. Be sure to smash that like button if you can. Subscribe if you haven't yet. I mean, I don't know. We're going to be doing Canes Con all season. It's 12 days away. What are you doing? And the super chat button, that really helps out the channel if you want to donate. That'd be really, really helpful. I try to put all the money that I get from just better equipment, cooler stuff. We got these designs and stuff going on. But I want to do some really fun stuff during the Cane season. I got a couple ideas. I will talk about it later probably in the show. But, all right, I got an 850 number. I think it's Maji Boy. We'll see who it is. All right. You're on Miami Hurricanes time. Who do we have on the phone line here?
You got Magic Boy Madry on the phone, my brother.
Hey, Magic Boy. How you doing, man?
Doing all right. Hey, I'm so happy right now. I'm so happy that the fact that Jarren Williams came out and he proved everybody wrong.
Yeah.
And see, the thing that everybody counted him out. Mm-hmm. Everybody counted out Jarren Williams. They was spreading rumors, the guy finna transfer, he finna do this, he finna do that. He doesn't have a shot on the field. Mm-hmm. He might well just pack his bags and leave, but that's bullcrap because did everybody forget that Jarren Williams, when he was in high school in the 7-on-7 tournament, he had Mark Pope, he had Brevin Jordan, he had Lorenzo Lingard, and I want to say Mark Pope as well. Mm-hmm. So all those guys that he went out and won in that 7-on-7 tournament, they are the same guys that's playing on the field with him on August 24th.
There you go.
So we looking very promising right now. Our offense is going to be totally different. Enos, him and Diaz, they're smart guys.
Yeah.
The fact that I said it's smart, they pulled Jarren Williams because they don't have no film on him. You got film on Tate Martell. You got film on N'Kosi Perry.
Yeah.
But Jarren Williams, he's a ghost. So Enos he can do anything he wants to do with Florida. Florida don't have nothing. They're not going to be able to figure out his offense. So there's no reason why we can't go out there and we should blow Florida out the water.
Yeah.
They're saying that.
Yeah. Go ahead. Yes, sir. That's the way I'm feeling. I looked at it. Their O-line has 24 starts combined. They're ranked in the bottom 130th for most experienced O-line. That's just, yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna talk about that. Our O-line doesn't have issues, but we're not that down below. I'm not that worried, man. I've seen us perform. I have confidence in them, and they're gonna have this offensive system humming, man. Those tight ends are gonna be used, and running backs. Jarren, I'm excited, man. I'm excited. And I was gonna say, okay, I'll let the next person that was calling in. If you call in, I'll pick them up. But is there anything else? Who did you think was gonna win? I'm kind of curious. Were you on the Jarren bandwagon or no?
Last season, and he should have had an opportunity to play at least one game last season. Mark Richt kept promising him that, hey, you're going to play, and the kid never hit the field.
Right.
So, you know what I'm saying? I was pissed off about that. You know, you're making this kid all these promises, and you're not delivering them. So, you know what I'm saying? Jarren Williams, that just sparked a fire in him.
Yeah.
And that made him practice as much as hard. I mean, the kid's staying after practice. He's throwing. He's still out there throwing. He's still out there learning the playbook, and the kid he can run 20 miles per hour.
Yes, sir.
Perry can't do that.
Yes, sir.
Tate Martell can't do that.
That's true.
So, you know, this kid he's a Jalen Hurts in the making.
Okay.
And you know what I'm saying? I think he's gonna take off, man.
Yeah.
I won't be surprised if he'll be a Heisman candidate. The way things are going with him.
Yeah,
so,
man, I'm with you. I feel that. Well, I don't know if it'll be this year, but I'll tell you, he's got Heisman potential. He's got Heisman potential with the talent that he has around him, and Dan Enos' offense, him building toward Jarren. Any quarterback at Miami, I think, with Dan Enos often has one. But Jarren, man, I'm just excited about this guy, man. He was up there right with Trevor Lawrence in high school going through that. I can't wait to see him versus Clemson ACC championship game, man. That's going to be so much fun, man. So much fun.
Absolutely. I'm looking forward to it because I know for a fact if Jarren Williams, if they block for him, if they give him time, if our O-line can give him at least 1 minute back there in that pocket, he's going to shred him. Because Mark Pope, who's on Florida, I mean, like, you got to guard all these guys one-on-one. You can't double nobody. Mm-hmm. You got to go man-to-man with them. We got too much speed for Florida. Florida's not going to be able to handle any of those receivers that we got. KJ Osborne, I give him over 100 yards in that game. Mark Pope, I give him about, maybe about 40 to 50 yards. Mm-hmm. Mike Harley, I give him about 85, maybe to 100. Jeff Thomas, sky's the limit for him. So, we looking good and we looking very promising. And, I mean, as long as we beat Florida and Florida State, I really don't care.
Yeah.
As long as we see somebody in the ACC championship, I'm the happiest Cane fan in America.
There you go. There you go, man. I'm with you, dude. I can't wait. I want to see us destroy and lock down that Florida rivalry, man. I want us to shred through it, man. But, hey, I'm going to try to take a couple of calls because my phone line is exploding. I appreciate you calling in, man, and giving in your inputs, though.
Absolutely, man. You guys are doing a hell of a job. Keep up the good work. Talk to you guys later, man.
Yes, sir. You have a great one. All right. Who do we have on the phone line here? Hello?
What's going on?
Hey, what do we have on the phone line here?
Hey, man, it's Jamaica Kane, man. Just calling in.
How you doing, brother?
What's going on, man? Just want to get a shout-out to the host of one. Host of one was good. Yeah, let me make some point, man. Your caller actually stole my thunder. He said I felt the same way. We the Florida Gators don't have no video on Jarren Williams. They have no video, and he beat these guys out clean and fair. Because I watch everything. I'm not on grounds. I watch interview. I watch how the coach talk, and just paying attention to everything, going back and forth. Just make sure I get all the content was coming out of camp and everything. I like Perry. I kind of wanted Perry. I'll be on record right now that I wanted Perry to win.
Yeah.
But I always kept in my mind that no one talks about Jarren, and he wasn't given a fair chance last year. He got himself in some trouble. Mm-hmm. He got himself in some trouble, but also the leadership, not to go back too much, but the leadership in that quarterback room started at the top, and he wasn't a leader. The coach wasn't a leader. Mm-mm. The coach ain't know what he was doing. He needed to be coaching high school kids. And he's up there coaching 4-stars and damn near 5-star kids, and that was just terrible. But just think about something else too. Mm-hmm. Tate Martell in his last interview before the last scrimmage, he said something about he's just starting to learn how to take the ball from under center.
Yeah.
That was an indictment. He indicted himself right there. And if he's willing to tell us that, then the coaches is already seeing this.
I'll be honest with you. When I saw the interview of Tate, I thought he was told he's out. I thought that was the day he was told he's third string, man. Like, he come out.
Because he basically just told on himself.
Yeah.
I mean, he basically just told on himself. He said, I am just not, this ain't spring ball. This is fall ball. And he literally said, I'm just starting to get comfortable getting the ball from on the center, that's not somebody I want running my offense anytime soon.
Not against the Gators. Not against the Gators.
And I give Joe from 1219 credit. He always said, we don't want a quarterback that's going to keep it on one side of the field, that the defense will go ahead and cut you off on one side of the field, and then you're done. So, you know, I feel good. This quarterback is young enough in years. He'll be able to, you know, learn, pick up, keep going. Our offensive line will grow with him. Our running backs will grow with him. And now, check this out. It's set up real good. The quarterback that we have now, the quarterback that's going to mean anything behind him he's going to redshirt this year. And then the next guy, we're open to get the commitment from the California kid, the Garcia kid. And then he'll come in, he'll redshirt. And that's how every good team have at least 4 or 5 scholarship quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Scholarship quarterback on roster. And that's what we're trying to build. We're trying to build. And keep this in mind, too. I know I'm moving far ahead and everything, but Enos do well here. He will only be here for 3 years. But the standard will be set, and the next guy that Manny will bring in won't have to recruit as hard because now we're rolling them in, and that's the goal.
Yeah.
That's the goal. We got to accept this as Canes fans, is that we set trends, we set up coach for different jobs, but we want to be able to, when they set the trend and when they set up different jobs for each other, we could roll another guy in, and now we're back. So here's the thing. 11-1 maybe, and I think maybe we slip up one on the road. We probably slip one up on the road. I don't know which road game yet, but I would say 11-1. I really, no disrespect to DJ Dallas, I think Cam Harris is our best running back.
Okay.
And I hope DJ Dallas lost some weight. I hope he did lose that weight. I know he's a dad now, so I know he's a little more focused.
Yeah.
But it would be nice to have a two-headed monster, and we go ahead and wait on that guy come number one. Also, people, please do not sleep on Bandy.
Oh, yes.
Bandy, if y'all remember last year, Bandy didn't even play the entire game for us because right at the beginning of the LSU game, he got called for that illegal contact with the helmet, which was a bogus call.
That set the tone.
It was a bogus call.
That was a set the tone.
And here's the thing. Blaze, also keep Blaze in mind. Blaze is the type of guy that's been working out. He's been looking real forward to this game. He's going to be on point.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, and I'm not worried about our secondary because you know what we do? We raise our own Canes.
Oh, yeah. I'm confident
Canes.
Rumpf knows reloading, man. Reloading.
Yeah, Canes raise Canes, man. And we got the right guys in that defensive backfield. We're going to raise each other.
Yes, sir.
You know?
Yes,
so,
sir.
Hey, man, just want to say, listen, offense is finally being put together. We're going to put Nelson there at the left. We're going to get him some help. We're going to raise our Canes. Now we can just move forward, go to battle. And, you know, I'm going to tell you one more thing. I always say this on Zoe's show, and I'm going to say it on your show, and I say it on anybody's show that listens. Now we're going to finally look like an outfit. We're going to finally look like a team.
Yeah. The Canes are not going to look mediocre. They're going to look not good, but great, because Diaz is only
But here's the thing.
Great.
We'll start games, and, like, we'll have timeouts in the ugly spot. Like, what are we doing? And then last year, remember, we had a call that we could have went upstairs and get a second opinion. No one made that call down to Mark Rick or whoever. No one made that call down. I guarantee we won't have that this year. We won't have those type of mistakes. Everybody's going to be in place. The only one thing I'm curious to find out is Eno's going to be on the field or he's going to be upstairs. That would be good information to find out.
Yeah, that's a curious one, man. I hope he's
going to be on
the
the sideline. You hope he's upstairs or you hope he's on the sideline?
I hope he's upstairs, man. I think that, in my view, as an offensive coordinator and QB coach, he's going to see things that nobody else can see. And I know an assistant can do and help you out with that, but Enos, I think his game is there. I think that's...
So let me ask you this, man. So if he's upstairs, who do he trust? Because it's not the other quarterbacks. Who does he trust to get that information of Jarren Williams? Because he's going to get on the line with him. He's going to get on the phone with him. But there's always another guy with the with the headset that he trusts.
I'll tell you who. Now, he's not a big name yet, but I like him. And I don't want to cut you off either. If I get another phone call in, I'm trying to pick it up. I appreciate you calling in, but I'm going to wait until someone else calls in. But to answer that one, our QB assistant, I think is his name, he's the guy we stole from Georgia. So this is the guy that got Fromm and Fields, as he was their guy, right? He's from Georgia, and we picked him up. He's an assistant. I mean, he's kind of low down there, but he's the QB assistant. He's basically kind of a John Rick guy, but I like him. I really like his resume and what he's got, and I think he's going to make a name for himself. He's really young.
You know what?
But he looks like a bright guy. He looks like a bright QB.
If someone, when I get a chance, I'm gonna ask Zoe with his guy, and I'm gonna ask you. If someone could put on the chat, or somebody could call in and say, when we was scrimmaging, was Enos upstairs on the, on that lift that they put you, or was he down on the field? I'm very curious about that. Very curious. And let me throw this in there. Mike Harley, he didn't have to come to us. He didn't have to commit to it. He committed to us. We have to find a role for him. We got to put him in punt return or kick return. We cannot afford to have Mike Harley go here 4 years at Miami and not carve out a role for him. Okay?
Yeah.
So anyway, man, I'm Jamaica Kane. I'll call back in with some other stuff. I don't want to hog the line because there's so many different things I could talk about.
Oh man, I know it. 12 days, man. That's just exciting.
It's a good thing that we haven't heard anything about Jeff Thomas this spring. Nothing. No stupidness. And here's the thing. I don't think it was stupidness last year. I think I was behind him because if you notice, as soon as Diaz got the job, he went and got him back. So that lets you know that he didn't feel that Jeff Thomas was at fault.
Right.
And another thing, too, he just picked Jarren Williams as his quarterback. Remember, this was the same guy that was going to transfer.
Yeah.
So Manny's telling you that he didn't think this guy was wrong. He thought he probably should have gotten the playing time.
Yeah.
So he said, you know what? I'm going to let you battle for it. I'm going to bring this guy in. You're going to battle for it. And if you earn it, I'll give it to you.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's what's called the new Miami. If we was paying attention, everything for him now is new. He's going to start off with all his guys. These are all his picks. And we're going to get on that horse and we're going to ride, bro.
Yes, sir.
Hey, them Gators better watch out. That's all I got to say.
Yeah, they do.
All right,
hey, man, I appreciate you calling in, Jamaican King.
All right, man. Awesome one. What's good, baby? What's good, Awesome? What's good, baby?
All right, y'all. Phone line is open. If y'all want to call in, call in. That was Jamaican King giving in his thoughts, man. And y'all throwing predictions, season predictions I see. Mark Harley will have a breakout year, Shakes Williams says. Talked to him on the phone last night, my best friend's son. Okay, wow, I got you. Yeah, it's been interesting because Harley is he's been peaking at the right moment, I think. I've heard a lot more news of him. Jeff has been quiet, but I don't think that's too worry. I know he's been a little banged up with injuries, and he's been a solid starter for us for a while, so we're just trying to keep him good and healthy for the Florida Gators. I think that's what's going on there. But I'm not terribly worried there. There we go. We got another caller in. All right. Who do we have on the phone line here?
Yo.
Hey. How are you doing? What's your name?
My name is Ariel, brother.
What's good, man? How you doing, brother? What you think about this? Jared, QB1. How are you feeling about it?
Listen, we're good, man. We're good. Growing up my whole life from Miami and watching the school and what we used to be to what we're trying to be, Jared, as long as he protects the ball and makes the throws that he needs to, we're fine. Miami's defense is top 5. We got backs. All we need for the quarterback position is control the game. Manage the game, man. Just don't turn the ball over and let the defense keep you in the game, and the backs will do their jobs.
Yeah. I'm 100%, man. He's definitely quite the game manager. I really like it. I really like the call. I think it's Dan Enos' guy. And something that Jamaican King was mentioning, the new Miami, this offense is going to be fresh looking. I mean, there's going to be nothing reminiscent of what it was. Completely new quarterback in the system, given it full reins for it. It's going to be exciting. I expect that running back room to be very competitive. Got new wide receivers up coming in, tight ends that were injured coming in. Man, this offense is going to be humming. I think Jarren was the cleanest. And he's got the call there, and he can move the offense. He just needed to be able to move the offense, and I think that's what he proved in the fall scrimmages. He got some confidence going in. There was some hype with the fans and such, and the program of him getting it together, and I think that just led to the call. And I think that was interesting. I'm not sure if it's 100% confirmed yet, so I'm saying this is a rumor, disclaimer, but I heard there was a third person that gave input to this, and people are saying that it was Johnson. They were saying that this is the guy that he looked at this film and he said, you know what, not looking at anybody's names, Jarren's the guy that you want to pick. So, very interesting there. Did you think Jarren would win it?
I lost you. Hello?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, there you are.
I lost you for a second there.
Yeah.
I was wondering what you thought. Did you think Jarren would win it? What do you think Jarren did to prove himself to get the call 12 days before the game?
I mean, honestly,
I think for what Manny's trying to do and what he's trying to build, at this point, I don't think he needs somebody that's going to give you maybe 2 explosive runs and 55% completion percentage.
Right.
And I don't think we need somebody else that's going to give you, okay, he'll throw for 240 in a game at another 50 completion and maybe one long, nice throw. And what you needed, I mean, with him, I believe what he won was the consistency, man.
Right.
7 yards, hit him. 12 yards, hit him, go down.
Right.
13 yards, move the chains, man. Move the chains, you know?
Right. I'm with you. I mean, and he's got touchdown drives is what they said. Not field goal drives, touchdown drives. And utilizing the big guys. Will Mallory getting it in. I don't think he was the guy for the KJ Osborne. I think that was Perry. But clean as well, as he said. You know, his interceptions were going down. And even when Rick was here, I didn't get it why Jarren was discounted. Like, he just didn't think that Jarren could get the offense up quickly. But Jarren's a bright guy. And I think before I saw somewhere, he said something like 3 hours a day to watch film every day. I mean, that's just nuts. This guy was bright, and he put the work in, and he knew he could pass the ball where it needs to. And he was making it like the cut last year, I thought. But apparently, Rick didn't feel confident enough with him. Perry, I wish he was stuck with Perry, but that didn't happen. Now Jarren, he's got the helms, it's his job to lose, and I think that's going to give him so much confidence that he needed. I see the whole team corral around him, man. It's going to be an exciting game in season, man. Do you think we're going to win more games with Jarren being called the starter now, or do you think it's about the same outlook? You don't know. That didn't change your opinion.
No, I mean, for me, really, I didn't hear the back part of the question. I'm in my car. I'm driving, but did you say am I more excited about him being named the quarterback?
Yeah. Like, as this season, you're like, yes, it's Jarren. Like, now we got this edge where, because some people were discounting him, some people were discounting Tate, some people were discounting Perry. Do you think Jarren gives us a more lethal ability than the rest, or is just more safe?
I think he is the perfect selection, and let me tell you why. If we throw Tate in, it's not just somebody that's coming in that's trying to help the school win. Tate comes with a lot.
Yeah.
Tate comes with, how's he going to look? He better take off. He better be explosive. You don't want that. We're trying to rebuild. We want to smack Florida. We don't need that. All we need is to get down to fundamentals. And Perry he did very well last year in a lot of instances, but he's got to take care of the ball. And that's what I mean. Like with Jarren, with him, I feel like it's going to be more of a pro style. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Cool, calm, collect, hit the receiver, move the chain. And I'm excited about that because, to tell you the truth, like, I think this will be best for the program if we can help him grow and he performs as we expect him to. I think it'll be great. And it'd be good to have somebody in there without the pressure. You know what I mean? Like, we don't need all that. Miami is Miami. We don't need any more. Yeah. We don't need people know all over the world, man. Put the U up. Right. We don't need stories.
Yeah, you're right, man. And the other thing that you kind of touched on, mentioned, is true. This guy is a redshirt sophomore. He's got some years ahead of him, and I think he's gonna utilize them to be pro ready as much as he can be. And Dan Enos is the guy to get him, because it is tough to be a quarterback in the NFL, jump from the college level. But this guy, he's got the tools. He's got the tools, and he's just got to perfect them. He's got to be patient with it, and I think he's got potential to go up and explode, especially toward the end of the season, kind of like Trevor Lawrence did. I'm not saying this is a next Trevor Lawrence, but he's got that potential. Like, he just needs confidence, man. He's got to get that confidence to get the team chemistry going, and I think whatever he did in the fall scrimmages was enough to get that call, man.
That, and here's another thing. Like, I was talking to somebody at work the other day about this, and I was like, he's playing against our defense.
Yeah.
He's not going to see many defenses in the Coastal that are going to look as nowhere near ours, man. Right. If he can do it against ours or get better at playing against ours, we're good. That's why Miami was always so great back in the day, because our defenses were stellar. If the offense could get good playing against our defense, hell, they knew that the game was going to be the easy part. The hard part of the week was practice.
Right. Yeah, I'm with you, definitely. It's exciting, though, because I hear Rumpy's like, man, I love my my backs, but, man, they're not getting in as many interceptions I would usually like, or Diaz was saying that, but that's because the quarterback play is becoming better and they're becoming more efficient and clean. And the initial reports were, look, the offense looked stale and bad, just awful the first half of the fall, and then Jarren got it together and pushed the team. And Diaz said this one thing that was very interesting. He said, the disease of last year, I saw that, and it's not done yet. We've got a lot to work, and I think he's pushing Jarren with that statement. But I think he just saw this fire that Jarren gave to the offense that the other quarterbacks just did not. And Diaz saw that last year and how it tore his team up, especially from a defensive standpoint. He had a championship defense. He had a championship-level defense, and he did not have a championship-level offense. And he saw that the culture needed to change, and whatever Jarren did in that scrimmage confirmed it for him. And I'm excited, man. I'm thrilled, man. I think this is going to be great for the youth, for the future of the program. And the Gators are not ready. They are not ready. They have no idea what to expect.
Hey, here's the good thing about it: the pressure's on Florida to win, not us. Yeah. Nobody thinks Miami's going to be back. Nobody thinks their defense is still going to be smash mouth. They say they're going to be pretty good. That's what you want. You never want to see people see you coming.
You're right.
You want to go out there and smack somebody in the mouth, and then people start to, beat Florida, and they'll throw us in the top 25. The hell with that top 25. Don't pay attention to that to the end of the year. Just keep smacking people.
Yep.
Keep smacking people to defense, protect the football, and run. And that's all we need to do. Protect the football and run. We got backs, man. One of them will break, trust me.
Yeah, you're right. And it's like, we have this new guy that's like a walk-on level kind of player running back, and Diaz is like talking about his running abilities. I'm like, what's going on here? Nobody even knew who this guy was, but that running back room just tells you that everyone's competing, even walk-ons.
Oh yeah, I mean, look at the squad. You got Brevin Jordan, you got Thomas, Harley, Osborne. Oh, you got receivers, we got speed. As long as the O-line, that was the other thing that worried me, was last year, man, our O-line, but I know it's a completely different scheme now, but, if you took 2 years ago and gave us a quarterback that was even 60% completion, oh, man, we'd be in the playoffs.
Yeah, I'm with you. And I don't hate to bring it up, but Richard Cruz came in with a $2 donation. Man, I appreciate that so much. Or anything helps out. Man, y'all super chatting, liking the video. We have 250 people in the live. That is a all-time record for me, man. Y'all, the Kane family is excited. Y'all are supporting. Everyone's throwing some positive. And that's what I love seeing the Kane family do. Not everybody agreed on Jarren. And I think, honestly, Jarren, not until late, whether people admit or not, kind of discounted him or against him. But now that he's chosen, people said that whoever may be the best man wins. People are corralling around him. And that's what a team needs. That's what a quarterback needs. That's what a head coach in a program needs. And I'm thrilled to see that. I mean, I'm just excited because last year it wasn't that way. I'll be honest. Everyone was out there sitting there scratching their heads. And if there's a head scratcher, it would be this one. It would be this one if there's a head scratcher with this choice. But people are with it. People are trusting Diaz. People are trusting Dan Enos in the offense, and they're going with Jarren. And I love seeing that, man. I can't wait to see this offense go off this year. Just go off, man.
You know what they say? When it comes down to it, it's all about the you, man.
Yes, sir.
That's it.
It's always all about the
about
you.
you.
Yes, sir.
That's it, man.
Hey, man, I'm going to try to take a couple more calls in, but I appreciate you calling in.
All right, brother. Have a good one.
Yes, sir. You have a great evening as well. And David with another $2 donation saying, go Canes. Orion McNulty, $2 donation. Dude, I appreciate it so much. Thank you guys so much for the donation. Every little bit helps. But the support, man. 250 people. Be sure to hit that like button. Y'all, almost 100 likes. Guys, the new Miami, man, this is going crazy. This is going insane. But I can't wait. I can't wait to see Dan Enos' offense. Because I don't know if you watched. Dan Mullen had a press conference today. And they said, hey, this guy Jarren's been called the starter. What you think? His response was kind of like, he just scoffed at it. He just laughed. I don't know, this Jarren guy, we don't have any film. They're like, okay, what are you going to try to prepare for him? He's like, no, not really. We're just going to concentrate on ourselves. Man, I understand. That was kind of coach talk too as well, which makes sense. But their mentality, the Florida Gators they have lost the game, the mind game, okay? They have already lost the mind game. Their cornerbacks are just getting either injured or getting off the team. They're getting suspended. Guys, but Miami's corralling around their guys, man. They're going together, man. And it's just exciting to see that. And Urbanos, with $2 donation, man. I appreciate that so much. That's pretty cool. They got these stickers now going on, man. But yeah, it's been just, I love it. I love seeing it, man. And huge shout out to all the other quarterbacks. I want to talk about the other quarterbacks right now. But by the way, the phone lines are open. So I had like 3 people I have to decline. I don't want to. I want to give people to have a full time to call. So there we go. Boom, it explodes as soon as I say it does. All right. Who do we have on the phone line here?
My name is Alan. How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you doing today, man?
I'm doing good. By the way, you don't put your name on the screen. What's your name?
It's Anton, man. Anton. A-N-T-O-N.
Anton. I like your way, Anton. You got a good way about you.
I appreciate that, man. Man, what you think about this quarterback talk here? What you think of this Jarren decision of the U, man?
Well, listen, Jarren is a very smart kid.
Yeah.
He knows how to stay in the pocket. He can throw pinpoint passes. He has a way about him where he understands that in a pro-style situation, you got to be, that kind of quarterback. And yet today, he made it very clear that he can run.
Yeah.
And people don't realize that about him.
Yeah.
He was recruited by a lot of people. He was a top-notch guy.
Yes, he was. That he was.
And, it's interesting to just segue out of this. I'm very excited about some young people.
Yeah.
Larry Hodges, the tight end.
Oh, yeah. He's been doing well. Very well.
Really hearing a lot of stuff. And then Mallory, wow. I mean, if you watched his few highlights on scrimmage, he's bigger, definitely like a Shockey type, catches everything.
Oh, man, yeah.
And then Jordan, he's just going to be perfect for him, too.
Mm-hmm.
And one thing I do have to not question you on, but fact.
Hello? I think it broke you off.
Good.
Hey, I think it's breaking you up here. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I have a little trouble with my phone, to be honest with you, in my apartment.
Well, I hear you clearly now, so go ahead and repeat whatever you just said. We missed you for
okay, so what I think, this is the offensive coordinator, correct?
Yes, sir.
So he's going to be down on the field. He's got a lot on his plate.
Yeah.
My concern is if he does have this quarterback coach, that he can kind of direct him to help him a little bit, because he's got a lot to think about as an offensive coordinator. And this is really his first time. He was a quarterback's coach at Alabama.
Right.
He was going to take over the Alabama job, and we're very lucky that he came here, but he's got a lot to learn.
Yeah.
I think with Manny, look, that guy said that, there were some wrong calls made. There were some wrong calls made. But the fact is, we don't know what Manny can do yet. It's going to be a learning experience for him too.
With Enos?
I think, and I go way back. I'm 63 years old. I grew up in Miami.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Man, I love the fact that so many people, young people like you, are carrying the baton. If you know anything about the Gator flop, it was a humiliating, horrible experience.
Right.
They took us off their schedule. We were actually playing them game away and home for about 35 years straight. They take us off their schedule. And it's just nice to see young people like you and everything. You don't really quite understand the full history of it, but there's a real history. And the arrogance of the Gator, and you never call them the Gators, by the way. You call them the Gator. There was a guy named Walt Kaczewski. He was considered the original Gator hater.
Okay.
So, there's a rich kind of background to this whole thing.
Anyway, I'll tell you one thing. I want to circle back because my chat's exploding about it. Dan Enos was the offensive coordinator at Arkansas for seasons, and as well as he was a head coach at a Central Michigan. So he's got offensive coaching experience, plenty. Alabama was kind of his nudge to get his resume back up and running because he was going to be OC there. Now he got a big OC job at Miami. So I'm not too worried about his offensive abilities. I'll tell you that.
Well, that's good to know. I kind of. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I hear you now.
I missed what you just said.
I just said that Dan Enos has been an OC at Arkansas before, and he was a head coach before. So I'm not too worried about him. It will be a different fit for him at Miami, but I think he's just got so many more athletes to play with and put wherever he wants.
Well, hey, that makes me feel better, by the way.
Yeah. But I appreciate you giving this history. Like, the chat's really loving it.
Lorenzo Lingard, what a phenomenal player. 5-star. You look at this kid, he looks like a pro already. We've got to keep him healthy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Cam Harris, there's been a lot of, secret talk. We don't know for sure what exactly is going on with him, but we haven't heard anything official back. So if he's healthy, and you got a Lingard healthy, Jarren has a lot to work with. And part of, by the way, I'm trying to throw everything in here, the spread post offense is very interesting because if you take the regular West Coast offense, it just is really more of a passing thing. But what the spread post does, it will allow so that you'll have an extra offensive lineman. And it really is actually conducive towards the running game. I mean, you really want to incorporate the running game with all our running backs. And the fact that maybe you'll throw a couple of tight ends in there if your offensive line is having a little bit of a problem. We have a lot to work with. I would say this team is on its way. And this recruiting class, by the way, is top-notch.
Oh, yeah.
The 2020 recruiting class.
Oh, yeah.
Give yourself, Hurricane fans, just a little bit of patience here. We may, stumble a little bit, but we are on the way to, and we are recruiting South Florida kids for the most part.
Right.
And they're all top-notch.
Yeah.
So everything looks beautiful. It's a beautiful day. You're a good kid. Keep up the good work.
Appreciate that,
Go
man.
Canes.
Yes, sir.
And beat the Gators.
Yes, sir. Gator haters,
all right,
forgetting them. Hey, man, I appreciate you calling. You have a great evening, man.
Thank you. You too.
All right. The phone line's open, guys. Y'all can call in. Hey, I appreciate the love. The host one's throwing up there. Y'all be sure to follow his channel. He'll be on with Paul tomorrow for Miami Hurricanes Talk and New School Canes. Every Tuesday we'll have it, man. I appreciate the love he supports me. I appreciate just y'all throwing all the encouragement, man. It's huge to me, man. I see y'all throwing positivity. I'm trying to get everyone. The chat's blowing up. I'm trying to get everyone here. So, but it's blowing up, and it's great to see that. I'm excited, y'all, man. This is gonna be huge for the program. Dan Enos is picking up a guy, and the whole just environment program is so positive right now. I don't want to concentrate on these guys, with this talk is already talking about transfers, some fake Twitter stuff, whatever. Guys, just enjoy the day. We got a starting quarterback. We got someone we're confident in to lead our offense, okay? This is not what the program needs, and it's great to see that the DS is saying, I want someone that loves football. I want someone that's going to show me that he needs football. And that's what he's doing. That's what he's got to do. He's got to keep doing it. And I'm sorry, that sounds kind of a tweak. That's too loud. I'm going to try to tweak that. I can't change it right now because we're live, but okay, I'll open up the phone lines again. Go ahead, call me in. Don't break them. Next phone line, whoever calls in, I'm just going to take you up. Appreciate you if you hit up the thumbs up, man. We have 100 likes. Appreciate all the donations, those who have. It really helps out the channel. Go ahead, and there we go. We got a call in. All right, you're on the Miami Hurricanes Time Show. This is Anton. Who am I speaking with?
Anthony.
Hey, Anthony. How you doing, brother, today?
Hey, I have a question, actually, if you can answer this for me.
Go for it, man.
If our athletic director were to leave, out of all the former coaches that we have in our history, who do you think would fit that position the best? Because where did Blake James go to Miami, or did he go to Texas? What school did he go to?
You know what? I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know the background on Blake off the top of my head. I don't think he's gonna be leaving anytime soon, though, man. He's got this program going in a good direction. They also got the ACC network deal going.
Hypothetically, his alma mater opens up, like wherever he went to school.
Right.
Do you think he would leave Miami to go to that school to help build that school?
I think if I had to guess on that, Anthony, it'd probably be a family decision there. Maybe financial. But he's been okay for, Miami, what he's done. He hasn't been awful. And what he did for getting getting Manny Diaz here and the staff that they built, I'm pretty happy about that. I'm curious to see where he leads it on. He did good for the basketball program as well. But, man, I'm curious to hear what your thoughts are on Jarren Williams being starter at quarterback. What do you think of him, his potential? Did you think he would be the winner? Was that your prediction or not?
No, I had Kosi.
Yeah.
But realistically, I think Jarren's skill set, I'm not sure if you agree with it, his skill set fits more of that spread coast offense because it's West Coast concepts and you have to be accurate.
Yeah.
Accurate in a West Coast offense. So honestly, I'm disappointed that Kosi didn't win, but I'm happy that we have a quarterback to beat Florida, and I honestly think his skill set fits much better because Kosi has a problem with accuracy. If you agree with that.
Yeah, I'm with you on that for sure. Yeah.
And I have a question about Dan Enos as well. Do you think, because I was reading an article talking about Mark D'Antoni. Do you know the coach from Michigan State?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Apparently, he wants to retire maybe in 2 or 3 years, and that's what scares me. That's Dan Enos' alma mater, so I'm wondering if he would leave to go coach at Michigan State and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's possible, man.
And if he does leave after 2 years, after like improving our offense to go to Michigan State, who do you think there's anybody in our staff right now, or do you think we would have to hire someone out of another coaching staff to replace him as offensive coordinator?
If we had to replace our offensive coordinator, I would prefer we go from internal, but I'm not sure if we have one like that. It's going to be a coveted job, I think. If Danny Enos leaves it, he's going to leave it in a much better place than it was. It's going to be a coveted job, and we're just going to have our pick at who we want. I don't know off the top of my head who are the available guys, and that just depends who's available that season, what's going on, man. But I hope he stays for like 5 years at least, man. I know he wants to be a head coach. Honestly, I can see him becoming a head coach in Miami if something were to happen with a head coaching job. But man, I'm excited for him and the staff and the decision they made. Anthony, I appreciate you calling in.
Manny specifically, I hope he's like in a sense, I kind of hope he becomes like our Dabo Sweeney, where he signs a 10-year contract after maybe 2 or 3 seasons.
Yes, sir.
Like
yes, sir. I think as soon as the season goes in, he's a Miami guy. He's young. He's got a family growing up. He wants them to grow up here in Miami. I think he's in here for the long run, and I think the team feels that he's in here for the long run. But hey, man, I got a whole bunch of other callers coming in. I appreciate you giving in your thoughts and calling in. You have a great evening, Anthony.
You too. It's been a while since I talked to you, actually.
Yes, sir. It has been. So we'll be doing a lot more shows. It's been a hot minute since we had one of these, but season started up. Hope we're gonna be doing a lot more shows and get you on the lines more often, man. You have a great evening, Anthony.
Thank you. You too.
Bye. All right. Who do we have on the phone line here?
Hey there. So I am a huge college football fan. My name is Deep. And I was just curious, since you're doing a call-in show and seems like you're also a big Miami fan, how do you feel about Tate Martell transferring to Miami and losing the job to a redshirt freshman?
Yeah, it's quite an interesting turn. I think it has to do with, stars don't matter thing, and we saw him in the practice field, and he was not where he needed to be to get the starting job. It's surprising. I know he came in here not expecting this kind of competition. But it's good to see that the fact that if he's not won it in the red shirt, I believe he's a sophomore, redshirt sophomore, won it. It is the competition, man. I mean, if you beat out a 5-star transfer, big name Tate Martell, I think this offensive scheme wasn't for him. His height and such kind of factored into it. Not being able to play under center like he needed to. But don't discount him yet. He's still in the program. I'm sure they're going to have packages and set for him. I really feel like we have to use that ability. It's going to put defenses on a whole whirlwind if you see him jumping in. But on the other side of that, if somebody gets injured, next man up. So
the interesting thing, right, was that a lot of Miami fans felt like, Tate Martell was the second coming of Miami's like rebirth, and they could all of a sudden compete with Clemson, and there were a lot of bullish hype on Tate Martell entering Miami.
Mm-hmm.
But it seems like a lot of the sentiment of Miami fans has changed throughout the course of Tate Martell's tenure at Miami. The initial rumors were that he wasn't going to win the starting job over Perry, but obviously the rumors came true today that both quarterbacks are not even going to be the starting quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
And, and I'm not even a Miami fan, right? I'm just a diehard college football fan. I'm actually a Texas fan.
Okay.
I saw your show, and I felt like I wanted to contribute.
Yeah, man.
I feel very honestly as a neutral fan looking at Miami, right? And I'm just want to hear your thoughts on this. I think that they can compete for an ACC title. Definitely, I think they're the front runner in the Coastal with the talent they have.
Right.
They still have to go through some of those teams that can cause upsets like Virginia and Duke and FSU is not in that good anymore. But generally, I think that Miami is the front runner of the Coastal for the next few years or so, based on the talent. And Manny Diaz was actually a defensive coordinator at Texas back in the day.
Yes,
so I'm actually quite bullish on Manny Diaz. I like him as a head coach.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was a good hire. But yeah, I think it's going to be interesting to see how this kid plays. I don't know, I guess, if people should be hyped about these transfers anymore, because we don't even know if Justin Fields is going to get the job at Ohio State.
That's true. I read some interesting reports. I'll put it this way. The transfers, it's kids going through where they felt that they weren't being helped to their best potential with whatever reasons. And at least sometimes they say that as an excuse, maybe not. You don't go somewhere thinking you're going to win it with no competition in college football world. You just can't. And if that's why they did that, they're not going to start, if you're running away from competition. But I think what got Tate over here was Dan Enos being the guy. He knew that this guy could tweak his abilities as a quarterback the way he needed them. Because Perry was here. Perry wasn't leaving. And Jarren was on the roster. So he had to beat out a guy with game experience for Miami. He knew that he'd have some sort of competition, but he thought he could get the edge, with Dan Enos. But he didn't. He didn't put in the work. And his thing was kind of where, on a confidence, though. He had a really good spring game. He got really confident in the drive, and then he got inconsistent, and his balls weren't passing there and all that. And what Miami's been needed...
How many years...
Go ahead.
How many years of eligibility does Tate have? I believe he has 2 years of eligibility left, right? Or is it 3 years?
So with Miami, it would be 3. If he goes somewhere else, he would lose 1, and it would be 2, I believe. Don't quote me on that, but I think that's how it would be.
So he could still be a starter next year.
Correct.
And still have 2 years of tape for the NFL if he is that good.
Look,
I think I just want to make one more point on that, is that I think that Miami is also going to be looking towards some other options at quarterback in the near future. And what I mean by that is that I think that Miami will be recruiting on a level that will be comparable to Clemson, not this year, but I think in the next few recruiting cycles, starting with 2021. And I feel that way because you look at this kid called Jake Garcia. He looks like a heavy Miami lean 5-star guy. I know that stars don't matter that much, but they're a good indication of talent level entering into a program, right? So, I mean,
yeah, he's a blue chip recruit. I'm with you there. And we got Tyler Van Dyke, also a top talent guy coming in next year. And it's Dan Enos, man. We didn't have a single quarterback for our class, and we picked up last minute Peyton Matocha, kind of a developmental quarterback from Texas, under the radar guy. It's this Dan Enos effect, man. And the staff with Manny Diaz is doing, because he's a Miami guy. He's a player's coach. Corralling around him. Miami definitely has huge upside in future. I don't think Jarren's going to leave after this year. I think I'm really excited, especially with how confident Diaz has been adamant that he doesn't want a 2-quarterback system. Even if he has a bad game or whatever, he's going through with him for a whole season. He's the man for the team. And I think Jarren's going to realize that 2 years under his belt at least will get them best NFL ready. The roster is stacked, and it'll be next man up if someone's injured as well. It could be a Jalen Hurts situation, kind of like with Tua where he tweaked his knee and all that. And that's what you need for a championship-level program wherever you may be at, like you mentioned, you're Texas or Miami, wherever. You got to have – you're as good as you are as your second team. And that's the culture that Diaz is bringing to Miami. It's not been 100% there all over, but, man, we're excited, man. But, hey, I got the phone lines buzzing up, going crazy.
Yeah.
But I appreciate you calling in, man.
I just got one quick question.
Go for it.
You can ask this anytime you want. Last question. Where do you think Miami is in comparison to Clemson? And do you think that they could, let's say, catch up? How long do you think it would take for them to be on that level?
Okay, so if Miami were to play Clemson today, we would not be in a good spot. We would be embarrassed. I don't think it would be a 41-0 blowout, but it would be probably about 24-0 blowout. I think as the season progresses, our team will be confident in the chemistry will grow, the system will be fully in place. When Miami sees Clemson in an ACC championship game, it's going to be a ball game. We will be the underdog, but I think if we are a complete team when we go there and we only have 1 or 2 losses, if we get some momentum swings, a turnover or something like that, we can have a chance of even winning that game. It'd be a long shot, but I think it's potential there. We need luck.
Do you think it's like a 2-year, 3-year type of thing, or is it probably not next year?
We're going to need luck to beat Clemson in a very, very good season at some time, as of right now. Next year, Clemson is going to be stacked as ever with recruiting-wise, but Miami's doing a great job too. I think we'll be closer, but still not at their level. By the 3rd year, though, Miami could possibly overcome Clemson at that point. But Clemson has just been going in a snowball effect, man. They're just picking up guys left and right. But at the same time, blue chip recruits ratio is very important and great. But, football is a sport you never know what can happen. Momentum swings, turnover in college football, it's a wild thing. Every season, you never know what's going to happen, man. And so... it's hard to tell, but my prediction as a talent level, I think it's about 2 years away from Clemson, at least.
At least 2 years.
But that's my thoughts there, man.
Perfect. Alrighty then. Thank you very much.
You have a great evening, man. I appreciate you calling in.
For sure. Bye-bye.
All right. Guys, I got a special guy. Finally, we're getting wholesome. Your line is open, okay? He's been waiting and nudging. I tried to pick his number up, and apparently I didn't. So that's my fault. But wholesome. He's calling in, guys. We have not talked since this news broke. We have not talked on the phone yet. We've chatted, but haven't said much. Been busy at work, so y'all gonna get the real life reaction, man. What's good, brother? How are you today?
What's up, man? How you doing, Anton? It's the wholesome one. How you doing, man?
I'm doing great, man. And I'm gonna let you talk a bit. I'm gonna wait for this. I'm gonna wait for it to soak in, and then I'll say my 2 cents.
Oh my God. All right. Well, like I said on my video, I don't know if you had a chance to watch.
I did.
Make sure I give you a shout out about 15 seconds in.
I appreciate it. I'll hit yours up as well.
Because you called it. But it was more about this being your guy, as opposed to you saying that. And so that's why I respected your opinion, because it wasn't about anyone else being bad. It was just the fact that you honestly thought Jarren Williams was the better quarterback. It wasn't you saying like, oh, Nkosi is so inaccurate, or Tate can't throw the ball. You were just like, hey, I know this guy. I watched him. He's from my county, and this guy is good, and he's going to be great if we give him a chance. And that's exactly what happened.
Yes, sir. Man, So I threw up that I'm doing it live tonight, and then 5 minutes later, someone comments and says, we got a lot to talk about starting quarterback. And I'm like, of course, they want to talk quarterback. I mean, that's the top topic. And then my news feed blows up. I see Jarren Williams announced as quarterback by Manny Diaz, and I was shook. I thought I had to pinch myself, man. I was like, am I dreaming? Jarren is chosen quarterback before game day? I did not think in my wildest dreams that he would be chosen quarterback before game day. I thought if he would get it, it would be a surprise, like game day.
Mm-hmm. He'll be trotting out there, like, as soon as the offense goes 15, he'll be trotting out there.
Right.
But breaking news, Tate Martell is on his way out.
Is he now? Okay, where to?
It just came out on Tate. Let me look at this. make sure I read it off properly.
Let's get some sources here. We'll get you some sources. Chat's gonna blow up now. Oh gosh.
Yeah, Insider, the U at 247 Sports.
Okay.
Tate Martell didn't show up to practice today.
Okay.
Sources say he's leaving program. So.
Okay. Well, first off, thank you for coming here, man. You made every quarterback better. You made me. You won't start. I don't know if that's not. That's a bad sign. I'll put it that way. That's a bad sign, to say the least. It still says quarterback University of Miami on his Twitter. But
what I'm not sorry about is the fact that all of these Tate lovers.
Okay.
And now I have to talk freely because I'm not on my channel. I have to.
You have full rights, man. This disclaimer. This is all not me talking.
But, I get to be an ass on other people's channel. Like, I call on Lazo's channel, I get to snap. I call in the NMB TV, I snap. But on my channel, I'm very professional.
Right, okay.
But
I'll cut version wholesome here, y'all.
To see N'Kosi Perry get so much hate thrown to him, it really got under my skin. And last night on my live stream, I just went off on Tate. Yeah. There was a lot of stuff that I saw at that video at that practice that I, of course, would never go on live stream and disrespect him. I wouldn't. I would try to just keep it in because I still knew he's not the answer, but they're gonna try to find a way to force this kid on the field.
Sure.
And then all the rumors about the boosters and all of that stuff wanting Tate. So I'm like, oh my God, this guy is not the answer, and they're still gonna force him out on a damn football field.
Right.
But for the first time, I can say in my life, 23 years, number one, we had a real QB battle.
Oh, yeah.
We haven't had something like that since Ja'Cory Harris and Marv, whatever that guy's name was.
Right.
Both of them kind of were subpar. And then Ja'Cory turned out to just be better.
Yeah.
And then after that, it wasn't really a battle between Stephen Morris and Ja'Cory because Ja'Cory was upperclassman and Stephen Morris was a rising sophomore, freshman sophomore.
Right, yeah.
And, the other battle that could have been was Williams. I forgot his first name, but the guy who transferred in from Memphis. He was supposed to be the starter in 2014, but Brian Kaya ended it because this guy tore his ACL in practice. Damn, I forgot his first name. It isn't Jason. But whatever, he was a QB at Miramar High School, and then he didn't get a Miami offer, so he went to Memphis, had a really good season, and then he transferred into Miami. But he was the older player that they wanted to start in 2014. But that was the only battle that we saw then, but it went Brad Kaya's way. Now we actually had a three-man race, and it forced all three men to get better.
Yeah.
And no other time in recent history can we say that at the University of Miami.
You're right. I mean,
and it forced the cream to rise to the top. And I personally thought that the experience was going to put N'Kosi Perry over them, but Jarren, his accuracy, and in a West Coast spread, you got to be accurate because it's about timing and where the ball is going. It isn't about just spreading everyone out and then just throwing it 50 yards down the field.
Right.
So I'm excited to see where this can go.
Okay.
And, no hate. I personally think that this was a great choice. This was my second choice. Tate Martell was he was not always my third, but after going and seeing with my own eyes, I'm like, yo, this guy he just can't do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, if he goes to FAU or Hampton University or UCF or wherever and balls out, congratulations to him. But he had two chances at big-time Division I schools and left because he can't win the job. So what does that say about him as a man?
Yeah, I'm not going to try this one, but I was not on board with Tate Martell transfer. I wanted Jalen. I felt like we would get one of the two. He said his first, and I was like, okay. Because if Jalen came over here, he'd be starter. But, because of Danny Ano's pairing. But with Tate coming over here, I felt like he was running from competition, but I quickly pivoted as soon as he said he's got the Jonas helmet. Man, full support of you. Now, it is true. I did look it up, guys. I can't pull up the screen yet, but 247 Sports, per Andrew Evans, which this is a pretty credible source, Tate Martell didn't practice on the same day that Jarren was named Miami's starting quarterback. Man, what does that tell about you, man? If you're competing and stuff, like, let's take the Jalen Hurts situation that got his team through a whole season and loses the job next year. Not because of he was being bad, just because the guy was greater, and then stays on the team, wins an SEC championship for them, and then gets them to a national title, because they probably would have been a national title if it weren't for him. And then he's going to Oklahoma, and he's got a great opportunity there. One more year, I think he's got at least, and I mean, he's going to boost his NFL stock. But Tate Martell, you won't even show up to practice? Come on, man. Like, you can be a second string. You can become a starter. You know, it's in your hands. You got to keep working on it. That's just disappointing for me to see. It really is. But I wish him all the best. I think his competition, just the name and all that, the Miami Martell stuff and all that, brought a lot of hype to the program that we needed. I think Bubba Bolden and coming over, that also helped. So I wish him all the best. The quarterback room is much more better with him being there as a competitor. But, man, Jarren Williams. All right, I'm going to talk on this. First off, I was right. Woo! Man, dog. Summertime was hard, man. I did not think Jarren, it was like, I didn't understand why the wheels were falling off the wagon, but his spring games were not good, right? His spring games were not good, but to have this man get the starting nod for Dan Marino's offense against Gators versus a guy that's a 5-star transfer, big name hype QB1, and a guy with experience under his belt, I mean, that's huge. That's crazy. Like, that's just work.
Crazy, dog.
Like, that's just insane. I mean, this guy, and he kept his head. Like, this guy's vision, when people were saying he needed to transfer. I mean, every big name podcast, channels, media outlets were like, oh, man, I wish him all the best. I'm so glad that he stayed, but he needs to transfer. And he said, I'm just doing my thing. I'm just working. I'm doing my thing. And bam, it wasn't just coach talk. It wasn't just him being professional. He showed out. He worked. And I don't care who you are, quarterback, wide receiver, tight end, defensive player, I don't care where you're at. That is a Miami player, man. That's standard that has not been at Miami for a long time.
Yep. And this showed me for the very first time there was no damn favoritism anywhere.
No, not at all. This was competition.
It wasn't favoritism to Tate because he was a transfer that Enos wanted. It wasn't favoritism to Kosi for what he did last year. And he's still my guy. I still love 5. But since 15 is the starter, hey, if we're going with 1-5, I got to go at 1-5. I love N'Kosi Perry, and hopefully he stays because you never know what could happen. You know, a helmet could get popped off. Jarren Williams could have a concussion. Like, you never know what could happen. And so it's good to have a quality backup who's just as good enough to be a starter anywhere else on your roster.
Right.
But usually, you know, you always be like, there was a group of our fan base that felt like since this was Dan Enos' pick and there was quote-unquote rumors about the sponsors wanting Tate Martell, that they were just going to go with Tate Martell to please them.
Yeah.
But we actually saw that the coaches said, no, F that. This kid is the best one out of the 3, and we're going to go with him. And that's it. So how do you feel about them releasing it 12 days early? Because after listening to Dan Mullen's interview, I think we really might beat the crap out of them.
Yeah, you heard it. Oh my gosh, man! After I saw that interview, I was like, that's exactly what I wanted you to do and say and think, man. But how do I feel about it 12 days early?
He just was laughing.
Man,
he was like,
he scoffed,
okay.
And he was like, I don't know this guy, this name. He's almost disrespectful to him. He's like, we've got no film. We don't care about his film. We're great. We just got to focus on ourselves. And this guy's got nothing, no name to himself, whatever. It's going to be easy. And I was just like, I hope you think so, sir. I hope you do, because, buddy, you ain't ready. You are not ready. If he beat out these guys because he beat them out, this is no favoritism. You're not ready. This is not some sort of public stunt. I'll tell you how I think about 12 days. If it would have been Tate or Perry, it would not have been released 12 days before. It wouldn't have been. It being Jarren, that was done for Jarren, I think. And the team kind of, but Jarren needed confidence. Jarren needed a boost. And for Manidius, as a first-year head coach, to roll the dice before the game against SEC Florida Gators, before he set his foot over a transfer 5-star and a guy with experience to a guy, completely no name to himself. Wow. I mean, that's a gut call. That is confidence and know what you have, your vision and your standard, and that's huge. But that kid showed him enough to do that, to put his name under that, because this is Diaz's quarterback. This is Diaz's number one guy. He's going to be your most memorable quarterback. And that's just a huge guts call. But he's smart to do that. 12 days, it's going to give him enough confidence, chemistry, first team reps, 12 days. He's going to be best prepared for this Florida Gators game with full confidence and peaking, like you said, at the right level. I mean, that's just, man, I love it. I love it because that is exactly what Jarren needed. I mean, I can't imagine what Jarren's feeling right now. Could you imagine if you were Jarren a month ago in the whirlwind you are in now, where people were saying you should have transferred and you've been working your butt off, watching 3 hours of film every day, you're a top recruit, you didn't transfer for your team, your brothers. I think that was the other thing, man. I think that
Could you imagine being, think about the roller coaster he was on.
Right.
The job was basically given to him if he signed with Kentucky, but he decided to go with Miami. After Miami gives him a committable offer, he commits to Miami. Now all the big dogs come after him late in the process. After he had already bought into, after that Notre Dame game, he bought in fully to Miami and see if he could come down here and ball.
Yeah.
He comes in, he sees a battle between a horrible quarterback with experience, a young gunslinger, and then him in third place.
Yeah.
He plays sparingly, gets a red shirt thrown on him, feels like he has a chance to battle his way through in the spring. We get to the spring, and he gets almost all third-team reps. Why? Because Miami gets a 5-star transfer, and the Coastal Perry, everybody was either on those two trains.
Right.
You go through the entire spring, no one's talking about Jarren Williams at all. Like you said, the only thing people are saying is he might need to go ahead and leave.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's not a chance of him playing here. It's between everyone else.
Right.
Then we go from that to, let's say, a month ago, where everyone starts getting interviews. You're going through summer training, going through summer conditioning. No one's still talking about you. It's still a battle between those two. You get to the first scrimmage, you made some plays, but you had a pick, so it kind of pulled you back down a little bit. And then you go to the next scrimmage last weekend, well, actually a couple days ago.
Mm-hmm.
Coach, you're the only one Coach mentions. You get all the love thrown your way. There's a huge hype train for you on social media all of a sudden. And Monday comes. You walk into the office. They tell you that you are the starter. And then they put you out as a starter, and you get this wave of positive energy. Think about the damn roller coaster this man had to go through, battling with himself, and the entire time, all he kept saying, I'm going to be Jarren Williams. I got to keep being Jarren Williams. He didn't sound too down. He didn't sound too happy. And that's the thing about the quarterback position. You have to be even keel. And to see him make it all the way through all of that, that's the guy I would love to go into battle with, because he's going to be even keel when the guns are blazing and the bullets are flying. He's going to be even keel.
Yeah.
And I think that, and I'm going to agree with this, that you said was the confidence. And that's why he was announced early, so that the coaches, the team, everyone knows we're giving you 110% confidence, and we're right behind you. Mm-hmm. And now that he's starting to exude that confidence, the right confidence as a Miami Hurricanes starting quarterback, I think that was the reason that put him over the hump. And he's clean. We know for a fact he might throw 4 interceptions the entire season.
Yeah. That's just, I'm going to be honest with you. So I'm not dissing any quarterback at all, your guy or not. But, and I really hope that Kosi would fine-tune his things. But it's just, him not as much as Ja'Cory Harris, but kind of, whenever he threw that ball deep, I had this gut feeling like, okay, it's either going to be a touchdown or an interception. And you just don't know. And you're like, ugh. And I was like, I don't want that Perry version again. I love him. I really want him to be consistent. So I got the feeling I'd be like, oh, he's got a touchdown, But I think what Diaz said post-fall scrimmage was, we have this disease. And it wasn't so much that he threw an interception or something like that, but they just weren't humming. They couldn't get the ball moving. And he saw that look in their eyes he was talking about, that the offense was down and all that. But second half came, and Jarren got them through it. And I think that was what's going on last year, and it wasn't 100% Perry. It was not. But to see Jarren somehow do something to his team to get them through, and how he decided not to transfer and be there for his brothers, as he said, that clearly shows that you were that's a quarterback that, and keep working. That Diaz saw, he kept working even with all the outside news that he was, and they might deny it or not, but he knew that Jarren was not the most hyped quarterback. He knew he was number 3 in the search feeds and everything. But this guy, seeing his work ethic, being there for the team, and becoming better on his skill every day, Diaz just rolled with him. That was his guy. He knew it, and like you said, he's gonna play clean. I think he's gonna get. I can't wait to see Jarren, with confidence, man. I can't wait to see just to hear this guy tomorrow when they interview him. I hope they interview him tomorrow. Let him talk to the media. Oh gosh, this kid is gonna be different, man. I'm telling you, he's not gonna be loudmouth. But someone kind of compared him to a Cam Newton, which I don't know. I mean, Cam got kind of louder later on, but I can't wait to see Jarren with some bravado, man. I think he's really gonna get. It's going to get people to raise some eyebrows and be like, where was this guy at? How do we not remember him? How did we forget him? And, man, I'm ecstatic. This kid, he won it. Work. Won it.
And he's willing to put in that work. Mm-hmm. And when you bring in a guy like that who's willing to stay in the shadows, do his job, and slowly just keep chipping at it, keep attacking, never give up, keep going, eventually you're going to surpass everyone in front of you who got comfortable. And that's I said on my live stream Sunday, I said that I still felt like N'Kosi Perry was above him based on experience, but I felt like Jarren Williams was really snipping at his heels, and he was right there. And the consistency and him not putting the ball in bad positions is what put him over the top.
Yeah.
And if we also want to think about it, we get 2 or 3 years with Jarren.
Yeah.
So we get to build all the way up into the battle with Alabama with Jarren Williams.
Yeah. I can totally see him sticking around, especially with Enos. I think he's a smart kid. I really do. He's really, really bright. And he's going to know that his NFL stock is going to need a couple years under his belt. It's going to be amazing. And what's going to be amazing is, though, other guys below him, they're not going to be just sitting around warming up bench. They're going to be developed. And when they come out, they're going to be a complete ready player, that also won out the job. That standard is going to be set, man. And I'm excited. I'm shocked. I really am, because I think you're right. With Perry, the reason Perry didn't win the job would be, like you said, he couldn't just tweak his accuracy to where Dan Enos or Manny Diaz felt comfortable enough. And I think the other thing was the disease that Diaz was talking about. I'm kind of surprised he kind of said that, but he was just he saw that lingering mentality. Somehow he needed some sort of spark, and somehow Jarren got it to them, and Perry couldn't. It's just different. It's something different that the quarterback had, and they're looking for a passer. The spread coast offense. It's the perfect fit, man. At the perfect time, I think. Man, this, but tomorrow, man, this offense is going to be humming. I'm excited. I'm so excited, and I'm excited to see the team and the coach's reaction, man.
Me too, and I personally, at first, I didn't want the QB to be announced, but now we all get behind him.
Right.
Now he gets to take all the first-team reps. Now, give him first and second-team reps. Let him build camaraderie with the second-team wide receivers, too, because at wide receiver, we're going to play 6 deep at wide receiver.
Oh, yeah.
So let him get out there with that team, and have those guys get that rotation. And let them all run with Jarren. Like I said, I love Kosi. And I don't want to sound like I'm bashing Kosi, because I'm really not.
No, not at all.
Kosi didn't win the job. This was fair and square.
It was.
He came in from 3rd place and won the job. He finished the race.
Mm-hmm.
Slow and steady, literally, slow and steady wins the race.
Yeah.
Yeah. And hopefully people don't bash Tate Martell too bad, but all accounts is, they're starting to kind of go wild on Twitter right now with some quote-unquote inside information of him being a cancer inside the program. I don't know if that's true. You know, when stuff bad happens to you, everyone starts to hop on and disrespect you. You know, when the video came out with Kosi, oh, he's ignorant, oh, he's immature, oh, he's, you know, people just started to try to.
I'm not going to give any focus to that, man. All focus is Jarren is QB, number one. Miami starts football in 12 days. Whatever players want to make their decisions, I'm sure the staff is capable of dealing with that correctly. I just want to see us as a family, as a team, as a program rally around this guy, man. And like this, I think he's gonna just surprise people, man. I can't wait to see him light up that secondary for Florida, man. Florida is not ready. After seeing Dan Mullen's reaction, like if you can't game plan for him, you're right, sure. But you realize that it's not Tate Martell running it. You should put some respect on this guy, you know, see where he's at. But just scoffing, man, they're not ready. They should be scared because it's gonna fuel him. Like they're gonna see that. I know they are. And I think the scrimmage is closed off. Diaz, you know, he talked so down about the offense. That's on purpose. He doesn't want the Florida Gators to have any clue and to think that this is exact offense that they saw in 2018, and it's not going to be at all. At all.
Yeah, I think that they're going to hold a lot of things off. And see, I don't know if anybody noticed this, but I brought it up on my live stream. I brought it up on New School Kings, and I brought it up on Category 5. There was a reason why they were not releasing too much highlights. To, you know, on Twitter or on the YouTube channel. They were very secretive. And then today, they announced Jarren Williams as a starter and then showed a couple of his highlights and his touchdown passes over the last couple of weeks.
Right.
And his connection, I don't know if you agree with this or not, but I think Will Mallory might turn around and be the starter because that connection that those two have is crazy. I love Brevin. I think Brevin is the better of the two, but their connection is on a different level.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. He's assured. Like is he taller? He just looks like a bigger target, man. Like that's just you see those highlight films. Their chemistry, you're right, is on another level. I think Mallory might overtake. Do you think it will be Florida game day that he'll overtake him, or no?
I think, and see, that's the thing. I don't know if it'll technically be starting over them because, like I said, I think we'll be in 12 personnel, so they might have Will Mallory stand up in a slot.
Okay.
You know, so I think it'll be KJ Osborne and Jeff Thomas outside with Will Mallory in the slot, Brevin Jordan on in line, and then Jarren Williams, and next to him, DJ Dallas. I mean, I was a Cam Harris guy, but from all accounts throughout camp that I'm hearing, Cam hasn't been showing up lately.
Yeah,
so I think
his injury is lingering him. I think either he's being hesitant and the staff wants to be careful. But hey, DJ's showing up and he's not fumbling, so that's good. I want every running back to be productive, and as long as he doesn't fumble, man. And I hope Cam gets it all together. Lingard, man, I can't wait to see that guy, man. I can't wait to see Lingard. But like, think about this offense. You're gonna have Jarren Williams at quarterback, and I can totally see later on into the season where Harris or Lingard could be starters. Mallory at tight end, and KJ Osborne as your number one wide receiver. No disrespect to Jeff Thomas. I'm just saying, like, statistically, he might get more passes to him. Like, that's a complete transition than last year. That's completely different names. It can happen. That's just telling you that there's so much talent at Miami that was underutilized, and it's a mine. It's a gold field, and this program's got a whole bunch of talent. And I think the other thing is why we chose him is you won't see him running the ball selfishly. I think he's going to be getting it to the rest of the players, realizing that I want to protect myself. I'm a quarterback. I need to just pass all these playmakers, and it gives us the most lethal ability to this offense. You know, he can escape if he needs to.
You might be right, man.
He can escape if he needs to, and that's what he needed to show them. But he's not. He's a pass first guy, not a run first. And he talked about. He said he needed to trust the pocket more, to stay in it more, which is kind of interesting to hear that from him because I didn't hear him running out of the pocket much. But man, I'm excited, dude. And hey, I want to give a shout out to everyone in the chat. We have 280 people watching live. That's just crazy. I mean, insane. People, I appreciate y'all. 150 likes. Everyone that donated and everyone's showing support for just the channel in general, and for these guys. Be here
You're
tomorrow.
the first video that pops up. Like,
all
you
right.
type in Jarren Williams, and since you're live, it's the first video that pops up.
Let's
You're doing a
go,
good job,
man. Yes, sir, man. But hey, shout out to Wholesome, man. He's a great caller, great YouTuber. Be sure to check him out. Subscribe to him. We're doing it all three of us tomorrow. I mean, that collab is going to be so much fun tomorrow, man. I can't wait for the New School Canes. As always, guys, going to be here tomorrow. So that's going to be huge. And man, it's just the timer is clicking, man. 12 days. It's almost 11. I mean, this day's almost over, man. It's like, it's going to be here before you know it.
Isn't that crazy?
That
is crazy, man.
But
all right, man. I just want to go in and have a nice little talk, and of course, I know you wanted to do your little gloat thing. I told you so, and I understand. You know, I'm usually right, so I'm
okay. He's usually right, but this one time, I'm gonna make a plaque and say, Anton, I told you so. Jarren Williams, QB1. That'll be my only right comment that I'll have, and then I'll have like 5 plaques for you, Wholesome. Okay.
That's okay. Yeah, tomorrow we'll make sure we answer this question. 247 Canes keeps talking. He doesn't think that Corey Gaynor's a good center, so we'll talk about that tomorrow. On
yeah, we will. I just want to talk about quarterbacks. But hey, man, I appreciate you calling in as always, man. You have a great evening, dude.
No problem. I love to support all the family, man. You have a great one, boss.
Yes, sir. Y'all, that was the Wholesome one. Holloway, if y'all don't follow his channel, subscribe to it. Be sure to do that. You can just click on any of the New School Kings videos. There's just a link down below there. Subscribe to it. I don't know what you do if you haven't subscribed. He's got great content. Great content. He knows how to break down film and all that better than anyone. And I got a caller in. Man, y'all are just exploding the line. Hey, who is on the line this Miami Hurricanes time over here? Hold on, can I hear you now? Who's on the phone line here?
Yeah, it's Joey Cash.
Hey, man, how you doing, brother?
Man, what's good?
Man, I'm on cloud 9, man. I just said, I told you so. Jarren's the quarterback, but I don't care who would have been quarterback. Miami's got an offense going. We've got some players going in competition, man. This is just 12 days away. I couldn't be happier. What do you think, man? What did you think about this quarterback going on in Jarren Williams? Did you think it was going to happen, man?
Man, I put it like this. I figured it was going to happen. I mean, I'm happy for it, too, man. I mean, the man put in the work, and you know the hard work pays off. You know how it goes. So, you know, I mean, the whole Hurricane community is going to be behind him 100%.
Yes, sir.
You know, so coming into Orlando, you know, Category 5 is coming.
Yes, sir.
Now, my question is, though, you know, going into it, how is the line shaking up?
How are the what shaking up?
How's the O-line shaping up?
The O-line. You see, that's a great question. I'll tell you, what I've heard so far from practice and what I've seen tidbits, they're improved, okay? I'm not going to tell you that this guy, offensive line, is the best, top 20 in the country or not, but they have improved. They have put in their best effort. They're doing the right stuff. They're reaching out to former NFL players. They've got a staff that believes in them. It's really shaping up. I really think we've got 3 solid linemen, and it's just 2 more spots that we got to figure out who's best in that chemistry and all that. And the fact that Jarren is getting the call as starter also tells me that they have confidence in this O-line protecting the pass-first guy enough. You know? Like, if it had been Tate that had told me, we're not really confident about that O-line. If it had been because you'd have been like, well, maybe not. Like, sometimes they'll hold it, sometimes they won't. But Jarren is your best passer, so we have a line that'll give him that opportunity and chance, is what this tells me. So, whatever it was enough to get him the call. This offensive line is going to be improved. I think I'm more confident in Miami's offensive line than Florida Gators' offensive line. No question about it, man. I mean,
most definitely.
It's much. People are discrediting it a lot more than they should. I think the offensive system that they're going in place, and the fact that they've Jarren as starter for that offensive system, it's going to really help them. It's going to relieve the pressure off of that offensive line. I mean, if y'all remember the Virginia Tech game last year and kind of what we were doing when we didn't have a tight ends and such, the line wasn't doing awful, you know, and it was that offensive schemes that had to change, and it helped them out. I think that's Dino's blueprint for it. I think this O-line is going to be fine. I think they will get the job done enough for Jarren, and I'm really excited. The fact that he gets the call should give us Canes fans some confidence in this O-line as well. What about you? What do you think? Are you really worried about the O-line and thinking like, I don't know if Jarren's going to have enough time or not, or do you think, it's going to be good?
I mean, I'm confident in Enos in the system.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, whatever five he put out there, I mean, he got them out there for a reason.
Right.
So I mean, and going up against a Florida defensive line, I mean, they have some experience, but their main players like Polite and Jefferson and all those guys, went to the NFL. So these guys that are here now, basically, have some game experience, but they're untested as well.
Right. It's kind of a similar defensive line situation to Miami's, although I think our defensive line is too deep. Theirs is not quite like ours with talent.
I don't see why they don't have our defensive line top 5.
Yeah.
I said we have a top 5 defensive line coming in.
I think the game will show and prove it. I expect our D-line to destroy them, man. And look, here's the good thing. Like, in fall scrimmage, they went at it, and Hill was going crazy. Just the whole defense were so flash and all that they mentioned. That means the offensive line had some issues. It had some problems against an elite defensive line. So they're going to be going and expecting a hard battle and difficulties against Florida, which is good. I mean, there's been serious competition in the field and practice that Diaz put in place because of the transfers, that he got in. And I think this offensive line is going to be as best as it could be with the time that Manny Diaz had and Butch Berry had with these guys, man. But I'm pretty confident with them. I really am.
Okay. And my next question is about Tate.
Okay,
so, I'm sure he's heartbroken that he didn't win the job or whatnot. So, I guess, rumors has it that he didn't make it to practice today and may transfer or whatnot. But, like, what does that say about, the guys from the Bubba Bowdens, the other guys that recruited to come as well?
Right. Well, I'll tell you this. So the first guy, this Brevin is part of the group, right? Brevin, Bubba, and Tate were the 3 trios. Brevin I saw reposted on his Instagram congratulating Jarren and all that. So I think he's all on board. He may be buddy with Tate, but he's all on board. I think he has huge respect for Jarren and how he talked about it, and he talked about him in practice and all that. He's gonna be fine. Bubba's on the defensive side, and Bubba just came to campus. I think they're going to wish him all the best. I don't think it's going to breed bad chemistry. If it does, I mean, Manny Diaz is looking for guys that love football, love Miami, and are Miami football players. He doesn't care about their stars. So if that's going to be, their non-team spirit mentality, I'm sure that the staff will make the decisions they need to, whether it be tough or not. But I'm not too worried about them. I haven't seen anything to make me worried about that, it's unfortunate that Tate didn't show up to practice, man. I really wish he did. I don't know if this is just one thing. Maybe it'd be wild, but the coaches said, you can take a day off or something, but I doubt it. He's probably going to have some excuse. I hope that doesn't mean that he transfers out completely, unless if he has a toxic mentality about him that brings the team down. I wish him all the best, man. I really do, because I think he gave this program, even though he may not step a foot on the field this whole season, he gave this program a lot. He gave it competition at the quarterback room. He gave us some momentum, big talk, this big name that came over here. And, he helped with the connections in Bubba coming over as well. So I appreciate him for doing that, and I wish him all the best. But I really hope he doesn't give up on the program, man. I mean, it'll be next man up if he gets injured. It's college football. We've seen it happen with Alabama. We've seen what happened with Clemson and top programs. Ohio State, Clemson, all the big name programs and their quarterbacks that started the season weren't the ones that they finished with the season, whether it be offensive issues, whether it be, their health and all of that. I wish all the starters all the best, don't get me wrong, but you got to be a team player, man. You got to be a team player, and I hope he is if he stays. If he doesn't, I wish him all the best, man. But that's just what it is, because he's losing. He's losing something if he loses. He loses a year of eligibility. And Dan Enos is improved his passing. As bad as what he's forced him in uncomfortable situations because these guys are not playing their career to be in college football for nothing. They're trying to get an NFL level. Daniels will get him NFL ready like nobody else. So I think it'll be his loss if he leaves. I hope he stays and plays for the team, you know? I wish him all the best.
Me personally, I think he'd be a better wide receiver. I think he'd be another Braxton Berrios or something, but that's me personally. Just my opinion.
I'm with you. I can understand how you say that. He could have success in college football really much if he goes to an offense that fits his kind of play style. Pac-12 type of thing. But I'll tell you this. If he's not coming to practice, I don't think he's got a spot for a wide receiver in Miami. I don't think so.
I know we're too deep.
Yeah, especially at wide receiver. So, I wish him all the best, man. But that's how I feel about that, man. But are you more confident with Jarren being our starter than you were? Was he your pick?
Me personally, I mean, at first going into the spring, I was all in on the coach just because of the game experience and all that. And really, I ain't gonna say he wasn't like giving it a fair shot, but against Virginia last year, he threw 1-2 crazy picks and then he was pulled. I mean, it was just like a back and forth, like 2 quarterback system. And you know how the saying goes, it's better having no quarterback than having 2 quarterbacks.
Right.
So going into the spring, I was all in on the coach just because of the new system and the system, something that fit his style of play, coming out of Ocala High School and everything.
I totally see that. I think most people did. Most of the fan base did.
And now, and speaking of last year, I'm sure you probably was thinking the same thing. If Rozier and Perry were doing so bad, we was like, well, why not stick Jarren in,
Yeah, I really wish we did. Several games, I thought that, imagine what would have happened if we would have did. Like, this guy would have, but it is what it is, man. But I'm glad we're rolling with him, and we're so confident that we're announcing it 12 days before the game. Like, that just tells you we got some guts. We really see this guy as a potential.
And I agree, I seen the Dan Mullen press conference today. He was shocked. I mean, he didn't know, what's going on or how to prepare or, how to even – I mean, I know he sounds confident in his guys. I mean, he's supposed to be, but I think he's going to be very surprised come kickoff time.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is, man. These Gators ain't ready for it. They are not ready for it, man. Hey, I appreciate you calling in. I'm going to try to pick up another phone caller, man. But you have a great evening, sir.
All right, you too, buddy.
All right, you have a great one.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. The phone line's in. I'm gonna take. Let's see. It's 8:51. I'm gonna take one more call. In a couple minutes. We have 240 people still in the live chat, but I'm running about that 2 hours already streaming. So, NMDTV, I know he goes on 9. So y'all go over and show him some love. Go over to his place. Send you all over, but I'm going to be kind of wrapping up, but I want to take a couple more calls. I want to get up to about 8:58, basically. We'll cut it off, y'all. I appreciate you. I just want to say thank you right now. I don't have anyone on the phone line. Guys, thank you so much for you being on this channel, supporting it, subscribing to it. If you haven't, hit that subscribe button. Be sure you're part of the notification squad. There's that bell icon right next to it after you hit subscribe. Be sure to turn it on so you get notification when I post videos. We do a lot of live shows here, video content and such, community posts, polls. We're going to have a lot of stuff planned. Be sure to do that. It would be really, really helpful for me. Hit the like button. You have been. I appreciate for the donations. Guys, y'all have put so much of your time, your hard-earned money, and donate to the channel. As you see, I've tried to put all of that into high quality here, and I have big plans, huge plans for this year, always big ones. So any donations, $1, $5, $10, $15, it'd be great. It's for the channel, for here, so that's what it is. But I want to take a couple more calls. I know someone just called in and it dropped, so try to call me one more time. I think it was a 912 number. So I'm gonna try to take a couple more calls, but the phone line's open. The phone line's on. Let's get a couple more calls, and then I'll send y'all over to, you choose which channel. We got a couple going on live right now. It's getting explosive right now. But 1 or 2 more calls. The phone line is open. I'll pick you up, 912. I don't know who you are, but I'm sorry. I don't know why it didn't pick up. But guys, I just want to say thank you, man. It's been amazing, man. John Shields, he's been here 2 for 7 Ks. Willis telling me, man, I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. Don't compare our defense line of Florida. There's no comparison, man. Willis, I feel the same way, man. If I had to put those guys up, they're just gonna destroy that offensive line like Gators won't. I really do. Our offensive line has been seeing some serious competition this season in practice. So, man, we're too deep, man. We are too deep, and it's gonna be crazy, man. It's gonna be crazy. Tate has to learn his craft. He won't be first, plain and simple. He won't see the field unless it's a special package. Yeah, I really want to see that special package, man. I'm with you there. I'm with you there for sure. Y'all, one more call in. Can we get one more call in? It's 8:55. I'm going to get one more call in, and we'll wrap it up. But y'all can throw in your stuff. I'm trying to keep the comments and all of y'all in part of the show. This isn't just the Anton show, okay? I know it's like I'm here in the camera always, but you can hear me, but I'm trying to make sure y'all see the chat, y'all engage with each other. It's a U family. It's a college football family, y'all, and I appreciate it, man. I really appreciate it. What number to call in, Tristan? It's right up here, right up here. If you want me, I'll copy and paste it in here. It should be even easier. All right? I'll throw up the number right there so you can just copy and paste it on your phone because most of y'all use your phones, I think. And boom, there you go. That number, you can call it in. Really easy. Top left. Yeah. Expectations, Jarren Williams says. What are you asking? Bubba expectations. What's up, Everything Productions? How you doing, brother? I don't think Bubba starts versus the Florida Gators. I haven't seen anything as of yet. Gervin Hall, y'all, has been a ball freak, and this man is just pushing. Derek Smith's been doing great stuff as well. Don't forget about Mark Carter. We've got some guys. We've got some competition. There we go. All right. A 305 number to finish off the night. Perfect. What is up? What is up? Who's on this 305 line?
What's going on, man?
Hey, man. What's your name?
Tristan.
Tristan, how you doing tonight? How you doing, brother? What you think about this Jarren Williams being number 1 QB name today?
Dude, they didn't even speak about him enough that he was higher ranked than Perry coming out of college. They didn't say any of these things, and, I was surprised that he won. But then after I went back and I watched his highlights, I watched his recruitment, he had 26 offers, and he chose Miami after the Notre Dame game.
Yes, sir.
He had 26 Auburn, Alabama, LSU, Florida. All these schools offered him, and he came to Miami.
That's right.
So now I'm thinking to myself, why wasn't he the one that was second to Tate as far as what we thought was going to happen, ending the series? But he ended up winning, and I'm actually really, really happy. We have a 6'4" quarterback that can see over the line. He hit 20 miles per hour this year in the workouts. Like, he's going to be tough to bring down.
He is.
I can't wait.
Yes, sir.
I literally cannot wait.
Oh, man, I cannot wait to see him zip that ball. I can't wait to see Dan Mullen's reaction. Just his jaw drop when he doesn't realize what just happened. This guy is definitely
This guy is.
I mean, he's off the radar. Like you said, it's weird that this guy was off the radar and he said, I don't know who he is. Oh, he was just, top QB of the country. I believe he had offers at, Kentucky he had up going on. I think Saban looked at him. I mean, every school wanted this guy. I mean, he's in camps with Trevor Lawrence, which was arguably the best quarterback last season. He got the hype late. He bowed in Kelly Bryant. But, I mean, Jarren Williams.
Are you running your pace from Georgia?
Yeah, I am. I'm located in Georgia.
What area are you in?
I am like 40 minutes north of. I'm in Alpharetta area right now. I'm currently in Alpharetta area.
Okay, so he went to Central Gwinnett.
Right.
So he played against Buford and Berkmar and all those schools over there on the other side where Deshaun Watson was.
Right.
So,
well,
the only reason why he wasn't talked about is because I'm from Cobb County. Because Trevor Lawrence was lighting it up.
Yeah, Trevor Lawrence was gold box and everything was just the news, and then this guy's kind of like number 2 right under him. But don't discount him.
And if I'm not mistaken, they played each other in the state championship game.
I was wondering about that because I was trying to remember and pull up, and some other college they may have played, and I'm going to have to look this up. If they played, it would be state championship. It wouldn't be regular season. They're not quite at the same districts, but... yeah.
No, yeah, that's what I'm saying. State championship 6A.
Yeah. So, I'm telling you, this guy's an underrated guy. Nobody's respecting him enough. Not talked about enough. He worked his butt butt off for this job. He needed this job. He didn't just want it, and he proved it to Diaz. And man, I cannot wait, man. He's gonna light that secondary up, man.
I mean, a two tight end package.
Oh, yeah.
With it's gonna be ridiculous, man. It's over with, and I feel like he's the best quarterback. I don't feel like Perry was quite mentally strong enough.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, everybody got caught up with Tate Martell because of these short quarterbacks that have been just coming in and lighting it up.
Yeah.
Johnny Football.
Yeah.
Menzel. Sorry, same person. You know, Kyler Murray, Baker Mayfield. And, you know, he just had that face about him that he was just going to come in here and make this his team, and he didn't do that. So, therefore, we got Jarren Williams, top 8 prospect of his out of his position coming out last year, ready to do some things. So I'm happy. I'm with it.
I'm with you, man. I'm with you. Hey, it's great to hear some camaraderie from Cobb County around here. That's real around close to my area. I appreciate you calling in, but I'll be wrapping it up here, man. But I appreciate it. It's great to hear Canes fans in Georgia.
Oh, I'm from Miami, baby. Don't get it twisted.
Right. We in Georgia. We ain't from it. We just aliens passing through. I'm with you, man. But it's just great to see Kate Nation, man. We're everywhere, man. And man, I'm excited for this season. I'm ready to see some Gators destroyed. 11 days, y'all, basically. 11 days. Woo!
All right, brother.
You have a great evening.
You too.
All right. Y'all, I appreciate y'all for joining. We still have like 200 people in live chat. So there's like a whole bunch of channels. 3, NMD, Coop. I know Zoe's probably going to be going live. Y'all, take your pick. Go ahead. I'm not going to tell you to go to a specific one, whatever you want to go to. But definitely show them some love. Go to a Miami channel. Show them some love. Be sure to hit them up. I appreciate you guys for joining. And all those that called in, donated, smash the thumbs up. Guys, Jarren Williams maybe QB1. Maybe not your guy. May have been your guy. At the end, it doesn't matter. It's always all about the you. Y'all have an excellent evening. Be here tomorrow. New School Canes at 8. Peace out, y'all. Peace out.